Hey there, it's Arash, host of Burner Podcast, founder of Justified Hype, photographer based in Southern California, wearing my dope Kersey Law hat. Jamal Kersey, attorney at law, is one of my best friends and one of my collaborators and a member of Justified Hype Creative Collective, and he's an attorney and an amazing hip hop DJ, and you should definitely look up Jamal Kersey for your immigration and criminal defense needs. I am. Oh, it's hot out there. Geesh. I'm I'm at Orphelia Vineyards today, shooting my cousin's engagement photos, and the sun is kind of hot, but I think it looks really pretty. The lighting looks great. I think it's going to be a really nice shoot. The thought that I wanted to share today was something that I've been reflecting on and meditating on quite a bit in the past, I don't know, 3 weeks. And it has been this focus and a regular reminder that of the difference between pain and discomfort. And the reason that that's been particularly interesting to me is that I grew up with like a lot of like body issues. I've yo-yoed with my weight, knock knees, I have flat feet, joint pain issues and things like that. Somebody's pulling in here. Just close that door. And just turn on my air conditioning. And so it's been like a real journey for me to navigate things that hurt, emotionally and physically. It's been very confusing because I would get like involved in some sort of physical activity, and I could feel my mind wanting to push past and do this thing, and then my knee would twist, and then I'd find myself not being able to continue engaging in that physical activity. Which is one of the reasons I never got into like competitive sports, because I couldn't line up what my brain wanted to do with what my body was capable of. And when I would let the team down, the group down, it just made me not even want to try anymore. And that got me more confused about how emotionally pain and discomfort works. Like, what is like legitimate pain versus what's just uncomfortable? And I guess recently the thing that I've really realized is that the difference between those is that it's about needs versus desires. Legitimate pain. It's not to say that a pain is not legitimate if it's not this thing. It's just it's what I'm exploring personally to help me navigate life. Pain is more on the side of the spectrum that's about needs. Discomfort is when I desire something. I want things to be a certain way and they're just not. And the intensity of that can feel like pain, but really it's just discomfort. And like an example of it was the other day, I was running with my workout group, November Project in Los Angeles, and I'm running uphill and I'm feeling every part of my body yelling at me to stop. My breath is going, my back is hurting, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I just kept kind of reminding myself, like, this is just discomfort. This is not actual pain. And then when I made a turn on some part of the hill and I'm running downhill, I felt my knee bark at me. And that was legitimate pain, because if I kept pressing on that, that would be a serious issue. Then I can't walk. So being able to navigate between these two levels, I think, has been a major part of my exploration. And it's not a black and white answer, certainly, because there's lots of people in the world who really enjoy the sensation of like physical pain, because they kind of move through it and then it turns into pleasure. So I don't think it's necessarily the same signal for every single one of us. It's not a blanket statement for all humanity. It's just something that I'm experiencing right now. Is this actual pain, or is this simply discomfort? And the thing that got me to like really explore this dichotomy and to start paying more attention to what's happening in my body and what's happening in my mind in regards to pain and discomfort was a lesson that I learned from Combo. Combo, for those of you who are not familiar, is it's a practice, a ceremony that is from the Amazon. And long story short, you take the venom of this frog and place it on your skin on these openings that they call gates, and your body purges, like everything, all the toxins, everything comes out, and it is the most uncomfortable you will ever be in your entire life. And sitting through that discomfort, that was the message that Combo gave me, and it gave it to me like 3 months later, by the way. A lot of lessons that you learn in a Combo ceremony, they might not even hit you immediately, just like any ceremony, I guess, or any therapy. And yeah, with those, I sat like really on this last one, like sat up in meditation pose, and I actually passed out like twice. But I felt great. I felt powerful afterwards. And I feel like that was the major lesson that Combo showed me, because like a couple of weeks later, I did a yin yoga class, and yin yoga is when you like get into like the most uncomfortable pose, and then you hold it for 3 minutes. And then you get into the next most uncomfortable pose and you hold that for 3 minutes. So while I was doing this yoga practice, I was going back in my head to Combo. I'm like, oh, this isn't pain. I used to think it was pain because I was like, oh no, I'm going to screw up my knee and I'm not going to be able to walk again. Because that's the kind of stuff that I grew up with. So I couldn't tell the difference. But now I'm having that investigation on a daily basis of what is the difference between discomfort and pain. Is this uncomfortable? Is this thought uncomfortable? Is it excruciating? But is it painful? That's the question that I ask and I journal about and meditate on. So anyway, that's my thought for the day. I'm going to go do this awesome photo shoot with my beautiful cousin and her very handsome fiance, Justin. And we'll check in tomorrow. Love you all. Boop.